Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Uh, so probably not a very long stream today. I'm gonna try and backtest for as much as I can, but really, like, my first goal right now is to consolidate this trading logbook because I started keeping track of things, but very quickly I realized that it was way too complicated. People that come to this, I shared this with many different people, most of them who do not trade or have never really traded, or much older people in different areas of life, and we're just generally interested in what is it I do. So, this is just essentially this is my goal here is just to make this something that can be audited, where it will match the broker statements exactly. I only want to trade one model. Before I was trading different models. So what I want to do is I want to take these models and I want to put them on my Notion, remove them from this trading logbook, and only have this trading logbook for 2025 model, which is my main model really. Baby food would be my main one if it was different condition, like if we weren't in this chaotic period where there's volatility everywhere. Nolani's just in a Discord call with me, so yes, so you might hear her in the background. And there probably won't be anybody watching or commenting. But yeah, I'm just live anyway. Hmm? I'm not the one back testing it, so I'd have to see. But I mean, do what you think makes sense. If you see that like most of the trades move for like 400, 500 point days, then yeah, like, I mean, look at the ATR, try and get a sense for the average amount of points that day moves in the last X period of time. Like, maybe try ATR 5 days, ATR 14 days, ATR 30 days, and just kind of see, okay, what's the average range. I would say the bigger the stop, probably the better, because if 60 points can allow to reach a 4R, then use 60 points, because the bigger the stop, the more kind of room you're allowing it to move around before it runs in your favor. I would default to 30 points all the time. The only time I will go above 30 points if it's very obvious that the market is moving chaotically and there's chaotic events going on. Like right now, the Iran war is happening. So immediately, would I be feel comfortable using 30 points? Probably not. Especially if I see lens session move so much, I'm probably gonna default to 60 points. And at the worst, if it doesn't move enough to give me 4R with the 60-point stop, at least if it does move in your favor, you'll come out with some profit. You just know that next time you just have to adjust your stop differently. Yeah, so but then yeah, just I would say this is really just something that's like intuition, you know? Fuck, how do I put something in dark mode? Microsoft Edge. I feel like it's on dark mode. Yeah, but my Google Docs isn't. It should be in settings, but no. Oh, brother, you have to install dark mode extension. I wouldn't worry. But if you see it, you can still log them. It's just that I stopped logging them. But with the new week, new day opening gap, maybe if we see 8:30 across midnight and go into 8:30 or go into new day or new week opening gap, maybe it'd be worth it. But that's the only reason I would log them. But right now, I wouldn't. What would? God. Okay. Yeah, it's profitable, but remember it was barely profitable and not worth the mental risk. I mean, again, though, if you add new week opening gap or another confluence later on, we find another confluence that maybe would make it so that it's now like more trustworthy. Or I don't know, but it's not bad to still log it. What? What was your question? Well, what I said is just right now look at it. Like forward test it, or as you back test, have it on your chart just so you can see it. You don't need to log anything yet. Bye. Which month are you backtesting right now? Hello? You're muted. Nice. Nice. It is. Oh, that's tough. Hmm. I haven't started backtesting. I'm just organizing all my rules. There's no verdict. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm putting them in Notion so they're organized. Because I'm redoing my Excel sheet so that when people go on my Excel sheet, there's a lot less information and they don't get information overloaded. Because I feel like that's what happened to a lot of people when I shared my rules with them. They see all these different things and they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, like if Justin, I told him, I'm like, he asked me how my Excel sheet is going, and I'm like, I put it on pause a bit because I've been in drawdown, but also I feel like there's just a lot of information on there and it's tiring to update everything, and I don't even think I need to be putting that much information. I mean, he looked at me, he's like, yeah, like it's super complicated to read. I don't really understand where everything is. I would need to have like a sheet that says how to read, and I don't think people want to read through that. Like they just want to see what the account is. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna put all of my models. I'm only gonna track one model on the sheet, and I'm gonna put my journal entry somewhere else, not on the sheet, because I have like a bunch of like no one's gonna read all this text. This is mainly just for me. And I don't want to put any percentages. I don't want to focus on the P&L and percentages, and I don't want to show that to people. Like they can, if they want to, they can look at the statements that'll be on there, and then at the end of the year, maybe I'll do a little summary of the performance. But yeah. Mm. What is that a trend? Yeah, I would say it is. We're gone. Nice. Really? It would have been but that's just for 1 month, right? Tell me what it's like for the full year. Okay, but tell me what it's like for a full year. Wait, also, how many trades in total did you see? Okay. Hello. Nice. Yep. I finished writing down all the rules, and I could change the account page. Probably remove. I don't want to focus on the account, so I'll probably remove it, but I don't want it in case I change my mind. Yeah, I'll just remove it. March 15th or 16th. Oh my god. It's just a lot of my data I'm reworking my Notion journal, and I have kind of like two places I'm keeping data. One of them is in research, which is mainly just baby food, and the other one is data collection. But I want to make sure if I delete research or I delete all the trades in here and keep it for live trades, like that I actually took, I just want to make sure that I'm not deleting anything important. But then I'm just deleting all of my baby food trades for the entire year. I know everything for baby food. It sucks. I'll delete what's not baby food, then I'll see what I can do. Really? Why? Nice. Oh my god, you know, I'm just gonna, if ever, I'm just gonna redo baby food if I'm gonna have to re-backtest it eventually. No, this isn't gonna be anytime soon. Like, I'm not gonna trade baby food for a very long time. I wanna master my other models first. Focus on NLP. Take the pictures, we can look at it after. Okay. Okay, so, um, what the fuck? You can. No, well, right now just look at it, and you have new week opening gap in your pictures, right? You can see it on the picture. Yes, don't worry about doing the scenario. We can do that later.
I fucking hit in this situation and I pull a fucking 4. Watch that shit. Watch that shit. 18. Okay, stand. That's not. It's better than 17. So, yes. He's not flipping a 10. 6. No. Oh my god, he's gonna bust. He's gonna bust. Yes! Oh my god, we would have pushed if I didn't hit on the 17. But I hit on the 17 because I fucking pulled.
Okay. Oh my god, what the fuck? There's just so many journals. There were so many journals. It's okay. I took care of it. No. In my journal section, I have so many journals from like way before. Because the thing is that I made it auto create a new journal. So if I go all the way back to like 2024, there's a journal every single day, but some of them are empty. Oh, I would have write in my actual journal. I remember this. No, well, almost all of these aren't empty actually. Dang. Oh man. A 30-minute voice message? What the fuck? We have to listen to these. Oh, eventually. That's like 2 years ago. I had a 30-minute recording. I had a bunch of these. I would just make, I would be driving, I would just make a. One time I was working at Costco selling Chromebooks, and I remember I spent like almost an hour in my car just talking about my trading before going home. Yeah, but things I have to stay on it. I'm, I'm backtesting right now, but maybe like when I'm not on stream. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, well, start backtesting. I'm almost done the year. I have to do April now. No, May too. I didn't do May. How was the food? That nice. I knew you'd like it. MNQM. Mhm. maneuvered. This isn't a good sweep. opening gap slash new day opening gap, or just type in NWOG. I'm trying to find it. MSK Ender 83. to next day. I usually don't log it. It depends. If it goes into the next trading session, then I absolutely don't log it because I would close it unless I really think it's gonna. I don't know. This is like speculation, but I feel like that's only something that you would do because some people may not have the margin. I don't know. I feel like that's something that you would decide. There's a gap risk too. I don't know. It depends. Like I wouldn't say it's up to you. What do you want to do? You're a bitch. You're a bitch. I said you're a bitch. Yeah. No, it's the same gap risk, but I I wouldn't log it. No. bet. So far from May all the way until end of November, in total, hold on. In total, the model is 16 and 19, 53.54 RR. But then if you use the 53.54 from May, so that's May, June, July, August 2025, September, October, November, 7 months, 53.54 RR. And then also, yeah, 7 months of last year. Wait, hold on, I'm not done. Average trade pays you 1.53 RR, which is really good. And the win rate is 16 divided by 35. But that's without the new week opening gap indicator. No. You can watch my streams and take the trades if you want, but I'm not gonna dedicate myself to giving you signals. And you have access to the rules. Yeah, 46% win rate. But then if you use new week opening gap and only take new week opening gap, you're 8 and 5, 33 RR total. Oh no, wait. Yeah, 33 RR. So you miss out on 20 RR, but you take 22 less trades. What? I'm not struggling at all. I don't mind if it has a few trades. It's the other models that were fucking me up. And also, this was during the summer. June had no trades with new week opening gap 2025 model. July had 1 trade. And then that's like the main reason. Oh wait, this is only from May to August. Oops, my bad. Hold on. This is even more than that. Sorry, no, we're 16 and 6. So 22 trades. 16 and 6 with new week opening gap. 67 total RR. But then here, just let me just share my screen so you can see. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Trades without new week opening gap are 13 and 23. 40 RR total. They're 39 RR total. So if you use the new week opening gap rule, you're missing out on 39 RR. But you're taking 23 extra trades, or 36 extra trades. Well, let me text it to you, the stats. Hold on. What do you mean mess with it? What? What are you talking about? Yeah. Because I can make it better. They can be even better though. For example, last year I was only trading news, and yeah, I made a lot of money, but I missed out on a lot of trades towards the end of the year and during the summer. I would have made even more money if I was also trading on news. And also, new week opening gap isn't very complicated. It's a very easy concept to use, and it's something I've been forward testing for a long time, for years really. Well, I stopped looking at it for 2025, but and mind you though, if you look at the trade distribution, you know, you see there's two. You watching my screen? There's 2 trades in November, 3 trades in October, and this is when the government shut down. So like the trade frequency decreased. September had 4 trades. August had 7 trades. June had no trades. July had 1 trade. And this is typical. It's summer months. It's slower. So this shows that this model adapts to the market condition. Alright, and now I'm going to text you the stats if we remove new week opening gap. Or we only look at trades that don't have new week opening gap. I'm going to text you the stats. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to see what is psychologically easier to trade. That's really all it's about. But I need to talk to you about something once I'm done crunching these numbers. That when you ask me, why don't you trade this model, or can I give you the signals? Okay, check your messages on Discord. Hurry. Hello? If I only trade news days, it becomes 9 and 1. Do you see your Discord message? Yeah, so with the indicator on, you have and this is only trades with the indicator, 73% win rate, 67 RR, 22 trades. Now trades without the indicator, you have 36 trades, 39 RR, 36% win rate. So you know, you're telling me why make these changes? Your model's already good enough. But like I just removed it is less R. Yeah, you get less R. I miss out on 39 R. No, listen. Trades with the indicator make me 67 R. Trades without the indicator, there's 36 trades that don't have the indicator present, and that makes me 39 R. If I ignore the indicator, then you would just add up these R. You would match the 73% win rate with 36% win rate. You would add the 36 trades to the 22 trades, and it would make 58 trades. So in total, it would be 73% 73 plus 36 divided by 2%, it'd be 66.8 plus 39.14 R, and then 22 plus 36 trades. So you see what I just sent to you? You have, that's the average. That's the average. 73 plus 36, that's the average. So 73% win rate, 36% win rate, add both of those, divide it by 2. Yes, so these are only trades with the indicator, and then only trades without the indicator. Look, go back to my Discord screen. I showed it to you. Okay, look. Do you see? Okay. Okay. All these trades here on my screen all have a new day, new week opening gap. And the total is 67 RR, and it goes 16 wins, 6 losses. And then if I do does not contain new week opening gap, all of these trades here don't have new week opening gap, new day opening gap. It goes 13 and 23, 39 RR total. But if I remove this rule and I include new week opening gap, the total R is 106, 29 and 29, so exactly 50% win rate. If you add what I told you, 73 plus 36 divided by 2, that's 54% win rate. So 54%, well, it's exactly, here it says exact, no, 50% win rate. But instead of, so the RR with only new week opening gap is 66.88 minus 106.02. Oh shit. I'm missing out on 39.14 RR. If I multiply that by 400, I'm missing out on $15,000. That's like more than half of the R it would make. 66.88 R with only new week opening gap would make 26,000. So I would make 26,000 instead of an extra 16,000. So instead of, I don't know, what the fuck, 26,000 plus 16,000, 42,000. I'd make 26,000 instead of 42,000. Now here, you don't. Yeah, for sure. But now look at the amount of losing streaks. Do you think I can risk the same amount? Let's look at this again, okay? How many, when it does not contain, look at the amount of losing streaks, and then when it does contain, look at the losing streaks. The most is 2. Yes. When? 5 losses when? If we have originally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losses. That's insane. Like, if I'm missing 400, which is a high percentage of my account, I'm down 2.4k. It's like almost half the account. Okay? But now look at this. If you do that, and then you only look at high impact news, it's 9 and 1. And this is some of the slowest times of the year. It's over the summer, May, June, July, or June and July, and when the government shut down, October, November. So the amount of trades, there should have been more trades because the government shut down. November and October usually very volatile. There should have been more trades. I haven't tried the beginning of the year yet, but you can imagine maybe how it would be. We'll see. We'll see what it's like at the beginning of the year. But 9 and 1, there's only a single loss here. Like, that's insane, Exactly. Yes, I'd lose out on money in RR, but you're just thinking about RR. You're not thinking about psychology and how much you can risk. It's about risk management. And when the win rate's this high and when it's this easy, it's not a complex rule. It's not a complicated rule. Like, it's a really easy rule to follow. So, like, it doesn't make sense not to follow it. The other thing too, I gave you a sharp no when you said, can I trade this model? Can you give me signals? Because you said that immediately after I told you the amount of RR it would make in a 7-month period. Like, the only reason you want to trade this model is because it makes money. You're focusing on the money way too much. Yeah, you're focusing on the money though. You shouldn't be focusing on the money. You should be focusing on the process. I understand, but you should focus on the process. Yeah, but you need to understand the NLP in itself is already like above industry standards. Look at the last let's remove this. Let's look at the entire, everything we have on NLP. You know, you don't have enough data to determine that, but yeah, you probably will have a lot less trades. But 248 trades, you have 80 divided by 248. Your win rate is 32%, and this is in the last, well, there's some 2017 trades. Let's actually remove that. Let's start it from 2023 or 181. Okay, so sorry, 49 plus 105. So in the last 3 years, last 3 years, 154. So 49 divided by 154. 32% win rate still. Okay, and then your average trade expectancy is 0.77. Now forget what Eastman will tell you or whatever Twitter trader is going to tell you, okay? The industry average, like Goldman Sachs traders, JP Morgan traders, people that go into prop firms, they're hired by firms to bring them in and trade, and then they follow a strategy with a bunch of squiggly lines and retail indicators, like, and they'll trade $1 million accounts, okay? They'll risk like 10,000. Every point is gonna be like your weekly paycheck. It's gonna be what me and you are making over a month, like $5,000 a point, right? Like, they trade lots of money, big size. The industry average for that is 0.24 to 0.4 a trade, which means if you risk $1,000, they're expecting every trade overall to pay them $400 at most. And the standard win rate, well, hold on, the standard win rate is 30 to 40%. So most professionals, like the best traders in the world, the biggest traders in the world, the professional traders in the world, the ones on Wall Street and whatnot, they have a 30 to 40% win rate with expectancy 0.214. In the last 2 years, this beats the industry standard. So, I mean, you're here complaining about NLP doesn't make enough money, psychology. It's good that there's a lot of losing streaks. I know, but that's good. It'll harden you. It'll teach you. I understand, but listen. In your situation, do you really think it's smart? Like, you get up at 4 a.m. and then you have to. This is usually. Maybe then it's just gonna be more manageable, right? But I mean, still, it's at 4 a.m. and then it's gonna be at 3 a.m. But even with this new job, you're gonna sleep during the day when everyone's up and making noise. But listen, it's not about the money though. See, you should have this talk with me and Andy. You should talk this about to Andy, because I know Andy will agree with me on this. But you're focusing on the money and the outcomes. You shouldn't focus on the outcomes. Focus on the process. Focus on the process. Your only goal right now should be to improve yourself as a trader. You don't have the capital. Nowhere near me and you don't have the capital anywhere near to be making very big money, to be making, like, living off trading. It's not about a better model though. It's about what works for you. And I'm telling you right now, when the time zone changes and you have to get up at 3 a.m. to trade, you're not gonna want to do that. You're not gonna want to do that. I understand. No, not necessarily, because now you can sleep during the night, right? You get home at like 10, you go to sleep. At the restaurant, you're working till 10. You're working till, like, maybe even later. So you get back home at 11, you go to sleep midnight, 1 a.m., you know, by the time you're in bed and falling asleep, you got to get up in 2-3 hours, and then you got to go right back to sleep right after trading. You're going to be tired, you after work, you know, after you're going to take a nap. No, I've always, we started with NLP, and the reason you switched from NLP is because I was seeing a lot of success on baby food, and it was easier to trade, and you could trade it during London. I don't, you know, I don't think it's a bad idea if you want to go trade baby food during London, because it can work with your schedule, right? You're forward testing it, which is good. I encourage you to keep doing that. But you could, but what I'm telling you is I don't think it's a good idea. Because of the way your schedule works. And I was right before when I told you it wouldn't be. I mean, I moved to you in Hawaii. I know what it's like. This is one of the reasons I didn't want to move to Hawaii, because I know what it's like. You even just at 4 a.m. like when you wake up at 4 a.m. to trade and market opens at 4:30 a.m. It's tough. Like we fell asleep while trading. Remember, we fell asleep. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. No, I no, I agree. I agree. But right now, I don't think it makes sense for you to trade something else. And also, if it's me and you were, no, but listen, no, listen. Me and you are a team. Me and you are a team, okay? Whether I trade the model or you trade the model, we're a team. If anything, what if my model doesn't work very well for a year and NLP does amazing? At the end of the day, all that matters is your bottom line going to increase? Are you going to make money or not? And NLP beats the industry standards. If you can manage to, I don't though. It's our money though. Me and you. It's not about that though. And if anything, when you come out of loss streak, it'll only make you even better of a trader. Well, you gambled your way out of drawdown, Pepe. Like you risked $3,000 on a 1-on-1 RR. But what you did is psychologically damaging. I'm telling you right now, as a trader, it's not about that. If I was in your situation, I would trade NLP. You're seeing the results that I could make, and they're seeing results. If my model, if I didn't have 2025 model, would you still keep trading NLP? That's the real question. Because look, you can try trading 2025 model, but I'm telling you, I tried trading it with you, even in Vegas, bro. Well, in Vegas it's different. We were staying up late, but in Hawaii, like we fell asleep. Remember, we fell asleep and we woke up, and I'm like, "There's a trade," and we took it, and then it lost. Like we fell asleep, we woke up again, and I'm like, "There's a trade," and we took it. Like that, you know, like I feel like you're just gonna rely on my signals. You're gonna watch my streams because I'm gonna want to stream, right? And you're gonna watch my streams. You're gonna take my trades, and that's not gonna improve you as a trader. Think about what makes you as a better trader. It's not. It's you. At the end of the day, you choose what you want to do. Like I'm not giving you the chance. I'm not stopping you. Like I'm telling you, I don't think it's a good idea. Why do I have to support what you choose if I don't think it's a good idea? Like I know you expect me to support you in every decision you make, but I'm just telling you right now, I think this is stupid. And I'm trying to explain to you why I don't think it's a good idea. And if you don't want to listen and you think you can do it, then yeah, you can prove me wrong, and I welcome you to try. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna like be mad or anything, or I'm not gonna like hold it, resent you, or hold it against you, you know. But I just think that it's not a good idea, and you're focusing on the money and the opportunities rather than the process and who you are as a trader. Like Andy, for example, hasn't made money in the last 5 years. You know how down bad he is. He's so scared of opening a live account because he doesn't want it to be about the money. He wants it to be about the process. It's like I should let you read his chat. It's like an alien language to me, kind of. Not really. I understand what he's saying, but like to you, it'd be an alien language. Like to Ismail, it's an alien language. Ismail is aggressively, attacking prop firms. Okay. Yeah, so like me and Andy were talking, and I'll let you read the chat between me and him because I think you would benefit from it. But like Andy hasn't made money yet from trading in the last 5 years, right? And I mean I've seen the way he trades. He's a great trader. It's just the way the prop firm challenges are built. His variance sets in. He loses challenge sometimes. Psychology sets in. He blows the accounts, and it's really hard for him to make money off prop firms. But he's getting there, and he's consistently focused every day on the process it takes to get profitable rather than the amount of money he can make. When I asked him, "Why don't you open a live account?" And he was like, "Well, because I don't want it to be about the money. I'm focused on improving every day as a trader. I journal seriously and I log my trades, and I'm just focused on improving." You know, NLP, you can see what it makes, but 0.77 RR per trade is not bad. If you risk $20,000 a trade, that 0.77 becomes a lot of money per trade. Like, it's not about you're thinking, I want to make big money tomorrow. Yeah, it could be possible one day. Right now, you're thinking, I want to make big money tomorrow. That's not how this works. Listen to what Trader Dante said. Trader Dante said, be fucking real. If you have a small account, $5,000, $10,000, it's going to take you years to get to where you want to be. And Trader Dante said the best, what allowed him to grow fast as a trader was taking these huge trades that made him a lot of money. You're already doing that with silver. What if silver runs up so far up, it goes to 300? How much money are you going to make if it goes to 300? Those are the trades that you're going to take, that you're already taking, that are going to allow you to grow your account faster. In the meantime, pick a model that works with your schedule. Yeah, the psychology might be very hard with the win rates, but those are the best models to learn. I had to take, yeah, but it's, then find something different. But I mean, this model is so easy to use. It's so easy to trade. You don't need to worry. You're trading at 3 a.m. Like, I think it's the best thing you could do. You can get around and trade your own model, but what I don't want you to do is, I'm literally going to stop streaming if I find out that you're copying my trades, because that's not going to benefit your development as a trader. It's only going to negatively impact you. It's going to make you rely on me, and you don't want to rely on me. You want to be your own trader, right? Well, I can teach you them. I have the rules laid out. I have many videos of me explaining the model. I have the rules laid out, and anytime you want to learn it, I can teach it to you. But it's just that I don't agree with the reasons, like, why. I mean, I've taught it to you before, and I don't understand. Like, you literally took trades before that. The reason you don't know the model is because you don't journal it, you don't log it. The trades that you take, that you followed mine, you don't annotate your own chart. You don't log the trades that I take. So it's like, that's why you don't know the model. But I have taught it to you many times before, and it's not hard to teach. I mean, like, the rules are very simple. It's easy to understand and straightforward to follow. You also have access to my journal. You have dozens of examples of the sweeps and how to use new week and new day opening gaps. Like, I mean, you know, that like, I shouldn't be needing to teach you. Like, you have enough to know what the model is by itself. You have pictures. You have my journal and pictures. Well, then if you're not, you say you're visual, but then I don't know, like, look, this is an example. You have a 5 minute. You have a 5 minute body, a 5 minute candle that gets swept on the new week opening gap. The yellow line is there. It trades through a new week opening gap and it goes up in the other direction. I mean, you take the first fair value gap, down here, the lowest fair value gap possible. You wait to see if it trades into it. You put your stop at the low. You hold it for minimum 4 hour, next 5 minute short term high. That's it. Yes. Well, or inverse fair value gap if it inverses, but you just take the lowest fair value gap. I mean, it's not hard. It's very simple. Yeah, it's exactly like you understood baby food very quickly. It's exactly like baby food, and there's not more steps. There's just more selective trades. You're just more selective on the trades. Like baby food, we would take any sweep. It's not that. It's not. I think you could trade it. Look, I'm not trying to destroy your confidence. I think you could trade it. But what I'm saying is, in your situation with time that you have to wake up to trade it, I don't think it's a good idea. Well, now, when you come to Canada and you're in my time zone and you can have a good night's sleep before you trade and you can be awake and alert during the session, then yeah, I think you could trade it very well. And I have no doubt that you've already been able to follow the rules with baby food. You can follow the rules with this one. But I'm just saying that, like, I think it's a better idea you trade NLP. Not for your psychology, I also think it will help, because if you can be profitable in an 8-month period with NLP and go through the losing streaks and drawdown, it will harden you as a trader. It'll make you more numb. And yet you broke the rules. You started shorting on trend days, like reversing the trade. You don't trade on a trend. You started following the trend. Yes, but he also said this is why you gather data and you look at the data and see what you can do and find patterns. You didn't do that. You just said, oh, well, I've seen this happen before. You had a hunch. Oh, no. Yeah, 10 years of data, this is to understand how the model performs in different volatility regimes in different years and how, like, macroeconomics can impact the model. I'm just talking about, like, you could have used maybe like a year's worth of data for this to see, well, the trend rule, if I fade the trend rule, what happens? Because sometimes what will happen is it'll chop around. So now if you fade it, how do you know it's going to work for 4R? The AI can't go and look at images. You got to figure out, if I fade the trend rule, can it work for 4RR? See, you faded the trend rule, you didn't know where to put your take profit. You just put it somewhere you thought it would go, and it would maybe 2R. Yeah, I remember you faded the trend. It was a trend lower, and then you shorted it instead of going long. You're like, well, usually trends are unprofitable, it loses, so I'm going to short it. But how do you know it's going to continue trending for 4 more R? Like, I remember you targeted a random low and it was like 2 or 3R. Like what I'm saying is, you didn't look at data. And then wait. Yeah, okay. No, of course, that's what I told you. If you have data to justify your decisions, then yeah, that's part of your rules. But okay, yeah, good. I encourage you to do so. But then another thing too is, you literally gambled to get out of drawdown, like over leveraged to get out of drawdown. Like, that's so psychologically damaging. No, I understand, but risking 3K, but you didn't long gold. You took a scalp on gold. It's not like you bought gold to invest in it. You took a scalp, and just a few points would have been down 1,000. Your trade lasted 1 minute, and you made 3K. You could have been down 3K in 10 seconds. And that would have ruined you. Yeah, I hate being in drawdown, but do you see me gambling and over leveraging? Do you see professional traders doing that? Do you see ICT doing that? No. Oh yeah, I've done it before, and sometimes it put me on my ass, and it could have put you on your ass. Imagine you were down 3K. Imagine if you're down 6K. You would have cried. You probably wouldn't be trading right now. You'd be on a break. In fact, you should take a break. I didn't want to tell you to take a break because it felt good for you, right? And I mean, I told you I thought it was really stupid, but you should have 100% taken a break. You should not be trading right now. You should be thinking about what you did. I know you don't want to. I know, and I didn't try and tell you to take a break. But if I were you, I would have taken a break and I would have thought about what I did and journaled it, and then taken a bit of time to reset my emotion. You need to trade on a clear mind. You can't be thinking about the losses and the drawdown, the profits you want to make. But that's exactly what you're doing when you're thinking of trading 2025 model. Now, if it makes sense to trade 2025 model, then sure, yeah, trade it. But I just don't think it makes sense. You're gonna wake up at 3 a.m. to trade it. It doesn't make sense. You're working till 10. You're gonna get back home. You're gonna go be in bed by midnight. Get 3 hours of sleep. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna trade it till like for an hour and a half, so from 3:30 to 5 a.m. You're gonna go back to sleep when the sun is coming up, and then people are gonna be talking, waking up, and you're gonna get woken up. Throughout the day, you're not gonna have good quality sleep. Like, and you're gonna be so tired for work, so tired for trading. And I know you, and I tried it myself. It doesn't work. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. The trend indicator, it every time there is a trend, it will work, but sometimes it will show up when there's no real trend. Like if 830 manipulates, yeah, common sense, exactly. The trend indicator just kind of helps you. I guess it's for like more beginners. I guess, yeah. But I mean, like, you shouldn't rely on it. It was just I was just trying something, and like it show every time. Not really. Like, the only real way to do it is you take the opening price of the day, and you take the current price where you're at, or where you're measuring, and then you take the amount of range it did from the lowest low to the highest high in that time period, from the opening to the current time, and then you do some math to see how much you take the difference between the opening price and the current price, and then you take the range, and you divide it, and if the current if the range from open to current price is 60% of the total range or more, then you know that it's pretty much trending. But sometimes 830 can open up and go a lot higher, and all of a sudden it's not really a trend, it's just a manipulation, but it shows up as a trend. So just use common sense, this one, to be honest. I don't really bother with the trend indicator. And NLP isn't really that bad. I mean, so far this year it's like given 20 R or something like that, because you haven't been trading it. It's always gonna have a losing streak. Most of your trades are gonna be losses. It is what it is. But you know what? It's gonna make you a better trader. If you focus on the process, it's gonna make you a better trader. Okay, but you're thinking about the outcome right now. Don't think about the outcome. Think about number of trades over the next 100 trades. How much are you gonna make? Look at the data. No, 100 trades. What do you mean? Oh, okay, no, maybe not over the next 100 trades, but maybe like over the next 40 trades, 20 trades. If your win rate's 30%, you make 0.77. If you take 20 trades, times that by 0.77. That's 15.4 hour. Okay, but that you understand that the biggest traders, the biggest traders in the world have that win rate, like Goldman Sachs. What? Yeah, but I don't know why you always think this. But when you widen the stop, you also widen the take profit. Does that make sense? Yeah, so no, if you lessen the stop, you'll also lessen the take profit. Yes, because you're aiming for minimum 4 hour, next 5 minute short term high. If you have a wider stop, you need to aim for a higher 5 minute short term high, because you need minimum 4 hour. At the end of the day, you're always looking for a minimum of 4 hour. The average trade is going to pay you 4.8, 4.5 RR on the winners. Yeah, well, right now we've only had 4 wins this year or something like that. 4 or 6 wins. I think we had 6 wins. 6 wins. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's look at the data right now, because I guarantee you, there's not gonna. It might happen, but it doesn't mean that it hasn't happened in the first 2 months of the year. That's never gonna happen this year. How many times do we have 7R? Look at all the trades. How many times do we have a 7R above 5R? So far, I've only seen one. Oh, there's 6, 2, 3. This is above 5, 4, 5, 6, and that was recently in December. 6 times in the last 3 years we had above 5R. So like right now you're panicking. You're like, oh my god, it's the trades. They're so much smaller R. Well, I mean, in the last 3 years, only 6. Okay, but what if the next 2 months? What if the next 2 months are also profitable? You're thinking about outcomes right now. You're thinking about recent profits. You need to think about the next 20 trades. The next 20 trades, baby. Baby, the next 20 trades. What are, and we're on a losing streak right now. We're already on a losing streak right now. What are the next 20 trades gonna say? Don't worry about what happened before. Next 20 trades. Can your account weather that? If it's too much losing, then risk less. On a 30% win rate, yeah, risk less. You shouldn't be risking this much on a 30% win rate. Right. 6. Yes, with the ATR. Yeah, without the ATR indicator. It's not that bad. But yeah, understand. Yeah, and that's not bad. Your account size 15K, and I mean, you're thinking NLP is what will get you rich. That's not what will get you rich. You'll have like silver, your silver trade, things like that. That could get you rich. Your job, that can make you money, and over time you're gonna grow your equity, your capital, and then you're gonna be able to risk more with trading, and that's how you're gonna get rich, by being able to build your capital. That's what matters. You're not going to build your capital through trading, and you're thinking about how much money you can make from trading. You shouldn't be thinking about that. Well, it can't be from trading. That's what I'm saying. It will take a long time for it to be from trading at your rate. If you had $1 million, it would be a lot faster. But if right now you have 15K in your account, and I mean, to be honest, like, that's a large part of your capital. Even I have more money than I'm realistically comfortable being in my account. But I mean, I'm able to risk $400, which is a large percentage of the account, like 5% at least of the account. You're risking almost around 2.5% of your account, almost 3%. Okay, like on a 30% win rate. Yeah, but on a 3% win rate, that's like very hard psychologically. There's a reason why you don't like the losses, is because you're risking too much. Like, I'll be straight up with you, you're risking way too much. You should be risking 0.5% on a 30% win rate, not more than 1%. That's like $175 or $75 to $100 you should be risking. And to you, that sounds so small. Oh my god, $100. I make 40R in 1 year. That's like nothing. It's like $4,000. It's little money. It's gonna take a long time for you to build your account from trading. But what if your silver trade makes you 10K? Now all of a sudden you can add an extra 1%, an extra $100 of risk. And then like just think about work too, the amount of capital you can make from working hard, and then eventually investing it smartly, and eventually starting to allocate more towards trading. And I mean, it's gonna take a long time for you to really get to a point where you can produce millions from trading, but it can happen. And Andy hasn't made money for the last 5 years, so even if you just make 4K this year, that's already better than 95, 96, 97% of traders. Most people lose because they get into trading wanting to make money, being greedy, and being like, oh, I want to make so much money. Like, you should be, what I'm telling you right now sounds unattractive, but that's exactly how it needs to be. You need to focus on being an operator. You need to focus on it being boring and operational, and like you just need to focus on following a set of rules. The money is not about the money. It's not about how much money you can make. I understand you want to grow your account, you want to make a lot of money from trading, but that's not how it's gonna work. Okay. If it makes sense and it increases the win rate, then that's good. But make sure you have the data to back that up. Yeah. Remember what the slight edge says, right? The slight edge. Consistency, that compounds. ICT said a beginner trader should just aim to make 6% a month. Yeah. I mean, I don't keep changing my mind. I didn't change my mind from trading baby food to the 2025 model. I made a decision based on data. That was like an operational decision. That wasn't, oh, I'm changing my mind, I don't feel like that. The only thing I changed my mind on is NLP. I didn't feel like I wanted to make money and I wanted to trade NLP because it was more models, more R. And then I realized that I'm just making it harder for me to trade 2025 model and focus on 2025 model. It was unmotivating. So I stopped trading NLP to focus on 2025 model. But I still trade NLP with funded accounts sometimes if I'm trying to pass them and I think a trade will work. I'll take it on a challenge or something, right? But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, me and you are a team. We're a team. I'm saying this because I truly believe this is what's best for you as a trader. Now, you don't have to believe that, but like just listen to Trader Dante, listen to ICT. You know, I mean, I'm telling you all these things from people, professionals that have been in the game for much longer than me and you have been alive. Well, actually, not true. The ICT has been in the game for longer than you have been alive. But I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, so I mean, I have your best interest in heart, and you know, I don't want you to just focus on the money. Anyways, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I'm gonna close my computer because I'm gonna head to bed. Okay. Thank you everybody for hopping on the stream. Anybody watched? I don't know, no one's watching anyway. But